Hello guys, my name is Peter Sedufia and this is my front view. The questions, how do you develop a film concept? How do I develop a film concept? It's just my basic observation of things happening around me, people's lives, inspiration from other works of art, inspiration from other films and other writings, books and stuff like that. I like to observe more and get my ideas, and so that's one primary way I get inspiration to write whatever I write. What's the most heartwarming thing you ever did for your wife or she ever did for you? I think my wife is winning on that. She surprised me on my birthday when we traveled to Kumasi. She made the captain of the plane wish me a birthday, and then when we arrived at the airport, there was a crowd with musical instruments to welcome me heartily, and that is one big surprise that I've never experienced before. So she wins on that. I'm still thinking of what to also surprise her with. I hope it's bigger than what she did. Now the next question, it says, is the cinema culture in Ghana dying? I wouldn't say the cinema culture in Ghana is dying. I would just say we are going through a phase. It's just like when you were 1 year, there were things that you did and you were not able to do. When you get to 2 years, you will do better. When you get to 3 years, so it's a phase. And I'm sure that when we overcome that phase, we all be better people. It just needs a restructuring of an industry, which we are going through right now. And when the time is right, we will get through it and we will have a very vibrant and a very lucrative industry. The next question says, where would you prefer to premiere your movies now? In the cinemas or streaming platform? I would say it's too early to take my film Aloe Vera to streaming platforms. We still have the cinemas to exhaust because of the COVID-19. We just had to abruptly cut the cinema exhibition. But once all this is over, the world is at peace again, and then the pandemic is gone and restrictions are eased for good, we will return to the cinema to make sure that a lot more people in Ghana and beyond Ghana get to see the film before we start releasing it onto other platforms like the online streaming platform, and then the flight and VOD, SVOD, and then even DVD if you have to. Now the next question says, how would you want streaming platform to do business with filmmakers? Buy the film or revenue sharing? I've always been one person who has never supported revenue sharing, because sometimes revenue sharing makes the streaming platform or the distributors or the marketers very lazy. Why? Because they are not paying for the film, so they are very reluctant in investing money in promoting it. And you know that a well-marketed film is a well-sold film. And so when you don't invest in the marketing of the film, you're not going to sell that much. And so revenue sharing is like that. They didn't spend anything on acquiring the film. But when you spend money to acquire the film, then you'll be eager to make your money back. That's when you promote it and push it so hard so that as many people as possible are able to watch it. And then you make your money back. So I would always go for outright sales of the film to online or screening platform for specific duration as the license would permit. So yeah, I'm for the outright sale or outright purchase of the film. And the next question says, how do you usher yourself into a creative process leading to shooting of a film and transition your transition where you perform let me take that question again. I'm quite confused. Okay, so how do you usher yourself into a creative process leading to shooting of a film? Any tradition you perform before? Okay. Filmmaking is a creative process just like any other creative, and so you need a moment of reflection. What do you want the final product to be like? How do you achieve it? Who is going to help you? It's a lot of patience. It's not rushing, and so I go through that moment of meditating on what I think the end product should be, what I have to go through, and who am I hiring? How do I even want to execute it? That is what I go through, and I have a couple of rehearsals with actors, and even have crew to do test shoots where I have to, so that I see how the film is going to look like in the end. And if it works, then I'll go on set to shoot it. If it doesn't work, please try to adjust it, even test lights. And so those are some of the traditions or the rituals I go through with my films before I go on set. So I go on set knowing what I want and what the end product is going to be, because I have had a couple of rehearsals and have a couple of test shoots with my crew. And so I go to the set not struggling at all, and that has helped me over the years. And the next question is, which of your 3 solo efforts, Keteke, Sachi Gang, and Aloe Vera, drain you mentally? Of course, that's Aloe Vera. That's been a very physically, emotionally, psychologically draining film. I mean, that's the only film that I did, and I even cried at some point because of the stress, the tribulations, the shortfalls, a lot of stress. I mean, the rain coming to destroy part of the set, and we have to spend extra 8 days on set and increasing budgets, and everything was just shooting, and budget was running out. Now we have to look for extra money to be able to complete the film. That was a very draining, a very stressful moment of my filmmaking career, and it's something I don't want to experience again, God willing. And the next question, it says, complete this. Ghana film industry today is growing gradually. And if we keep on doing what we are doing and keep on making quality films with good storylines, and then finding distribution for the film, we will get there on the level that every other well-meaning film industry is. And so yes, we Ghana film industry is growing gradually, and we will get there. The next question: if you meet the president today, what will you tell him to do about the film industry in Ghana? If I meet the president today, I mean, it's something I've said several times, that we are trying so hard to use our own money to make films. And then when we make the films, people expect that we promote the country in the films we make. But of course, this money that we use to make the film are our money. So you cannot expect much from us to promote government policies or government agenda or government ideas. And so we ask that, okay, government also find it very prudent to involve us in the national budget, so that when we are making films, we also look at how to paint our country, how to sell our country to the rest of the world, because now a lot of filmmakers are sending their films out there internationally. So if government is able to have some kind of agreement, some kind of partnership with us, that bring me a script that has 30% of promotion or 30% of Ghana in it. I mean, if I say Ghana in, like, portraying Ghana in the good light in terms of exposing it to the business community, and then we'll give you money to make it, or we'll give you 50% of your budget. Trust me, we are going to be moving forward. And that is what, I mean, no one is saying government should just put money directly also into our pocket or give me money to make a film. But they can also come up with policies and laws that financial institutions like banks can also adopt and give us some funding to make films. Some of them could even be grants, because that film is purposely promoting government's policy. And that's what we've been asking for. And if they don't want it to be promoting government policies, it has to be strictly business, then we have some payment modality or payment terms that we'll be able to pay this money back and then keep the industry moving. You can never deny that entertainment is one big industry that a lot of people over the world need, because there's a lot of stress, a lot of tension in the system, and the only thing that can relieve them after a very long day of stress is entertainment. And so that's what I'm going to tell the government, that they should pay a little attention to us in terms of funding, and so we can make a lot of film and keep the industry alive and be telling our stories and selling our country to the rest of the world. This has been my front view. I am Peter Sedufia. Thank you.